All right, let's talk about how to actually learn artificial intelligence. If you're looking at getting into this field, say by 2026, we're going to build a roadmap that makes sense of this wild, exciting, and let's be honest, kind of confusing world.
Because if you've even dipped a toe in, you've probably felt this, right? It just seems like this giant, tangled mess of information, and you're left wondering, where do I even begin? And look, if you feel that way, you are not alone. You hop online, maybe you end up on Reddit, and you find these roadmaps that are just epic. I mean, they're incredibly detailed, but a 50-step plan? That feels less like a map and more like climbing a mountain. It's enough to make you want to quit before you even start.
And then, boom, the math wall. Almost every single traditional guide out there tells you that you need this deep foundational knowledge of linear algebra, calculus, and heavy-duty statistics just to get your foot in the door.
As if that wasn't enough, the entire field is moving at an absolutely breakneck pace. A new model, a new tool, a new paper. It feels like something new drops every single day. You're trying to aim at a target that just refuses to stand still. So why even bother with all this chaos? Well, there's this. The market for large language models alone is expected to rocket past $36 billion by 2030. The opportunity here for your career, for innovation, is just massive. So, what if we could just cut through all that noise? What if, instead of getting lost in a 50-step maze, we could see the entire AI landscape as just two main roads? That's exactly what we're about to do. Okay, so let's get into it. The absolute key to understanding how to learn AI today is to realize that the field has kind of split in two. There are now two main paths you can walk down, two main roles you can play. So on one side, you have the model builder. Think of this person as the research scientist, the one who is literally inventing new AI from scratch. And on the other side, you have the system builder. This is the engineer who takes all that incredible tech and actually builds real-world stuff with it.
Let's start with path number one, the model builder. Now, this is the more classic academic route into AI. This is for the person who really wants to be on the bleeding edge of research, pushing the limits of what's even possible. For them, the goal isn't just to use AI, it's to create it. These are the people designing the next GPT-5, the next generation of neural networks. And to do that, you need a seriously deep, bottom-up understanding of all the theory. And yeah, their learning path looks exactly like you'd expect. It starts with that heavy-duty math foundation, then it moves into classic machine learning, then a deep, deep dive into neural networks, things like CNNs for images, RNNs for text, and finally, they pick a specialty and go all in. This right here, this is that 50-step Reddit roadmap, just condensed. Okay, now let's pivot to path number two, the system builder. This is the path that has just absolutely exploded in the last few years, and it's all thanks to these incredibly powerful pre-trained models that are now available to everyone. This is the engineer's path. The goal here is completely different. A system builder isn't trying to invent a new algorithm. Nope. They're focused on skillfully piecing together existing models, like Lego bricks, to build a fully working product that people can actually use. And honestly, nothing captures this huge shift in the industry better than this quote from AI legend Andrej Karpathy. One can be quite successful in this role without ever training anything. Just let that sink in. It's a total game changer. So their learning journey is much more top-down and focused on tools. You start by mastering how to talk to these models, that's prompt engineering. Then you learn how to give them new information with techniques like RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Then you build complex systems using AI agents. But maybe most importantly, you become an expert at evaluation, at figuring out if the thing you built actually works properly. So you've got these two paths, and they look pretty different, right? But here's the thing, they aren't totally separate worlds. They both stand on a shared foundation of skills that are, frankly, non-negotiable for anyone who wants to work in AI. Right there in the middle, that's the core. It doesn't matter if you're a scientist or an engineer, you have got to have strong Python skills. You need a solid grasp of core ML concepts, how to handle data, and how to use tools like Git. And notice what's right there at the very bottom, highlighted for a reason, rigorous evaluation. Because if you can't tell if your system is working, then nothing else you do even matters. Okay, so now you see the landscape. You see the two main roads and the common ground they're built on. So the big question is, which path is the right one for you?
And the answer really just comes down to what gets you excited. I mean, if you genuinely love math and theory, if you dream about publishing a groundbreaking research paper, then yeah, the model builder path is your destiny. But if you get a thrill from building products, solving real problems for users, and tinkering with the latest APIs, then the system builder path is calling your name.
So, maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. Instead of, how do I learn all of AI, the better question to ask yourself is this: what kind of problem do I want to solve? Because once you answer that, you'll know exactly which path to take, what you need to learn first, and how you can start making your own dent in this incredible field.